Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I think that Gen.G
honestly, I think that sounds pretty good.
Really come in here and say,
okay, Gen.G on defense, DFM on attack. We got not many ghosts.
Can they get it going
5?
early on?
Kind of low, to be honest. Maybe that's a good sign. And DFM go for the DRX wall. So big pressure, and then we'll check where the smoke's going to be going. Smoke lineup over towards top mid, and DFM have maybe just watched the Sentinels game and they're just like, well, let's do some of the stuff the Sentinels did. They go for the deep smoke, and this deep smoke blocks double vision. So at the moment, double vision block on A, double vision block top of middle. So in theory, that's like 4 agents, right? One here, one here, one here, one here.
Any moment, so does have that paranoia poised. Anthem in the meantime, wanting to scout things out as the Trailblazer will go forward.
Yes, the dog, of course.
I spotted a lot here. Omen flash as well.
Do call it. We do have a fight here in mid, and actually Anthem and Medusa going to get them started pretty well.
Yeah, nicely done. One goes in, one needs to flash, the other two at the back. I think one more ate it, but he saw the people swinging before it hit them.
Down a couple of members. They will struggle a bit here. Texture trying to push out into the garage. He's going to pick up the orb.
Holding him.
DFM just playing it slow for now.
Backed up by Lakia, feels safe enough to go ahead and grab that orb. Something that we're seeing a lot in this kind of race-centric meta. Getting those showstoppers
well, Texture's got to kill everyone, and we've seen him do this before.
Not backing away, but Texture, did he not notice the swing?
Yeah,
Certainly knows about it now, but Paranoia, it connects on him. I think he might have not noticed. Now May coming around corner, finds the kill.
Yeah, really crisp with that one. Just a couple of shots, takes down Texture.
It's a nice start, man. It's a nice start.
They're going to get the plant down on B. And you see, this is not going to be easy for the guys of Gen.G to actually break into here. Meteor is going to be looking through this one. We'll see when they actually do decide to go for the push, as we do have May just waiting, watching Heaven, waiting to see. Lakia will push through here. They do have the smoke down. Meteor not even going to be able to get the pick off down. And actually, May just going to go up the rope and take him down.
Yeah, it could be nice to, like the race should just keep on going here.
Starting off strong.
A death is worth. Not even a death. No kills at the moment. Very, very nice. And this is a good sign already. Just the smoke, just the wall. And it's something that Gen.G did struggle a little bit when we saw the second duel from Sentinels Gen.G.
Taking the fight, DFM just shut them down.
Maybe a little overconfident on that mid challenge, thinking that okay, Paranoia went across. We likely
I mean the whole idea with the mid challenge was 4 people challenge mid, but Skydog was so far back that the Omen Flash went in that the other 2 weren't involved.
Somebody who very typically when he's playing this guy,
dude, do you know what's nuts about this? So they DRX wall over towards A, and then they DRX smoke over towards A.
For the most part,
and then it's like, have double cage, in theory, if they carry on doing this in the later rounds. They could just create so much pressure. There's a lot of cool stuff they could potentially do. It might just be for the ecos, and then they do a different wall after, we'll see, but just the default on its own in terms of the Viper stuff creates a lot of pressure. Fonty, thank you so much, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, pretty much. Dude, I'm enjoying watching this team so far.
Still sat there. They could try to grab that.
I think the coaching staff's doing great.
Throw the smoke down, and actually they're just gonna back away from this one for now. As we do have
in terms of their buy as well, triple rifle, they're allowed 1 death and then maybe a second death they'll be okay with. Anything above 2 deaths is pretty costly.
For now, and Texture already taking a bunch of damage here. Just trying to poke out.
But look at the read from
yeah, so as soon as they show some presence over towards A, they insta go back, stack B on the eco, and DFM with the perfect call, 20 seconds, and they just go towards site here. Very, very nice, man. Make the right call on this one. I'm a little bit worried in terms of how they didn't scout out too much, but I think maybe they have a read into how Gen.G like to stack. You never know.
To do a lot of damage on this one, as finally they are going to get on over here. The plant does come through.
And who gets the kills? Because Raze would love a lot of kills here.
On top in Heaven, just waiting for the rotation to come on over.
Any orb takers here? Nah, it would have been too risky, really, with the time. They had to clear site 20 seconds. Eco, chances of 5-person stack. Didn't fully clear B. Taking the risk, taking the AWP would have been way too risky.
Only will be put down, so first death there.
Okay, and that's the death of their allowance, and Viper can go pick up the gun. And they don't lose anything, and Ray's got a lot of orbs. 2 away from ult. Very nice start.
Feeling pretty good about the way they have handled this so far. Nice peek out of Ramen in round 1, and now here on this one, just a good push, a bit of a misread from the side of Gen.G, and then it was pretty much easy cleanup with the gun advantage. And feeling pretty good about their start here.
Okay, bonus round. 4 rifles and a Spectre. And are they going to do a change of pace here? Because they're all grouped towards A at the beginning. Double flash. Sorry, double satchel flash to heaven. And oh my god, he nearly got 2, bro. Yeah, he actually nearly got 2. They see double heaven, which means the A site is clear. They go over towards A site, and they hold A ramp at the same time.
And also get the plant down.
Spot there on the Lakia, who does have to back away. He's really
whoa.
trying to control ramp. He's able to find one.
Damn, fair play, man. Fair play. You guys do you. Not too much map control. 2v3. If Gen.G loses, they have no money. And it will be an eco.
It's already looking really
2,900 loss bonus.
They've got a great setup already. The rotation is coming
Skydog clears all of this. Do they know that they can heavy focus with the flash of... Bro. Oh.
They do get a couple of headshots already, but
big round, man. Big 1v1.
The back of elbow. He's able to get one more kill with the Bulldog.
Oh, yes, it is by time. It's just not really any time. Karen has to stick onto this one.
Damn, he did so good because Karen had to get it to half. Nicely done from Anthem. Holy hell. They win the bonus rounds. They're off to a great start, man. It's looking good. And for potentially this or the next round, they have a Razor.
Close there at the end of round 3, but still a very nice bonus round conversion. And it all started off with May getting
got the kill just before the satchel here.
Yeah, I mean, just rush up the ramp, catching them completely off guard, finding that opening kill. Just on texture, it is quickly traded.
It's sideshow.
Additional damage dealt to Lakia, which meant that as they just go ahead and
dude, is he streaming this one? He didn't stream the last one. Maybe that's what he needs to do. Maybe that's the good luck trick is streaming it.
Gen.G. Solo trusting in the team to be able to course correct here, it would seem.
Okay, so same stuff.
Things could get dire. Gen.G, though, a squad very much known for their thrifty wins.
Skydog goes in. It's gonna see 1, 2 close. Ray's ult goes in. Oh boy. Still good. Nice trades over towards here. Can Munchkin win this round? 1 kill would be just everything.
On the thrifty so
Rotate
far.
Comes in, Floods here, ready for the contact of the Viper.
We'll see if they can hold on to this one. That's one more, and Munchkin.
Yeah, a lot of people here. Lot of guns to pick up there. This is nice though from them. They did really good.
I spoke it into existence, perhaps.
Yeah, just wanted to force in on this one, and Munchkin just did great, and the heavier rotate. Gen.G paid off.
It's moments like that that managed to make them rally back. I mean, hell, even in the last series, you think back to Lotus, Texture coming up with that incredible ace is what really got them back to the driver's seat to be able to close out the map. But it all started with, May unfortunately taking himself down. Just ends up landing right at Karon's feet with that showstopper. No way to get away from it. Knows that if he tries to create some additional distance, he's just probably going to end up getting taken down before the rocket can even come through. The rest of the team unable to follow up off the back of that one. So
I've honestly never seen this lineup to do the wall. Is pretty much exactly the same as the wall you would do in vents, just from B. Saves some time.
Round is the question.
Yeah, haven't been able to do that yet. We haven't seen too many.
Okay, with that round, 3 people, insanely good money. They all got upgrades for their guns. Gen.G in a really good spot now after that in terms of the econ. Gen.G wanted to do something similar in terms of their mid punish that they tried on pistol.
Now just poking and prodding here around mid. I like the attention. DFM.
DFM might feel like they've done enough pressure. Great question marks middle, but I like the Gen.G have just held 1-on-1, and then once they realize they're not aggroing mid again and they're grouping up,
everybody rotating now over towards A.
They do gamble stack B a little bit because there's 4 people here. They try and get some info. They set up Jet, and DFM have about 10 seconds to exec before there's a 4-person stack on site.
They're not going to fall for the trap, not going to get the wrong read. Gen.G quick to rotate everybody around as May goes to the entry.
He's gonna get in first, but Texture on the backside of this one, able to take down two, and Lockie is gonna clean up May.
Man, this was such an impressive round from Gen.G, by the way. Like all of this was so good. So because of the smoke and because of the amount of util they used, they felt like they had to create the question mark in middle. Maybe someone could have at least got to this corner. And they clear those question marks right at the beginning.
Managed to go ahead and
then they realize that they're going to be grouping after they've used the Sky Dog.
We'll see if they can continue to move up.
They then check B main, which where they originally stacked, and then they just they just over rotate, but it's right because they Sky Dogged.
But kind of unfortunate the way that
was cool.
he did go down there.
Good run.
Dying to Neth's Bulldog. But Gen.G, a couple of rounds in a row, kind of getting some momentum after that Thrifty and reading the play very well, able to shut down the push.
Like you had Dog the whole time. Yeah, so when you punish heavy over towards middle, a lot of the time you're going to want to take some fast map control when they take A. So if you have a Sky Dog, you can do that clearly. So I think they have a lot of protocols in terms of where do we Sky Dog with what information they've got or what information you hold on to.
Opting in for the Outlaw here in this round. Surprised to not see him go for the Operator. Actually still has plenty of cash. The Meteor himself did as well.
Yeah, he was trying to, oh god.
Man, he's incredible right now.
Fade away on that one.
Yeah, he's getting so many kills. In terms of the ult situation as well, Seekers, Razor.
An unfortunate death, but a fantastic start here for Gen.G in the round. I mean, that's all your entry power. You're running that solo duelist. So without the raise, how do you try to keep yourself
at the raise, everyone's just allowed to go take duels.
Looks like Neth's going to continue to try to just keep attention.
The original exec just gets wrecked. It's a map that has pretty much just all choke points. Everyone's allowed to just do what they want to do.
Just to really figure things out. I like this investment here from Lockheed, just not wanting any ambiguity. As now Charon, spotting multiple players.
Seekers goes towards middle as well, and all three of them, I'm pretty sure, locked on. Damn, bro, those are classic.
Quickly gives a chance here for DFM to make this one interesting, as Lakia has to hold it down. He gets the one. He's going to back off for now and wait for his teammates as we have the showstopper Texture.
And then maybe should have waited for the, maybe overheated just a little bit in terms of waiting for the Seeker, but they wanted to just try and overwhelm with the low guns.
It does a little bit of damage here. But this isn't necessarily the gun that he wants to carry over into the next round, so just sees if he can get a little bit more, but Texture will say no.
Not too bad for Nico in terms of the 2 kills.
Consecutively for
Does look like Gen.G is stabilized though. These 3 rounds have looked insanely convincing. I mean, honestly, even that round 1B, I'll include that.
After the, after the 3-0 start from DFM, I thought maybe we'd see it from Solo. He doesn't go for it. Now the onus is on DFM to see if they want to try to pump the brakes, but it looks like for now, we will just keep on moving forward.
He's pretty good there. Just saying, that was great. Kind of pumping each other up. And it should feel pretty good. I think with the last 3 rounds, this is going to be a bye round now for the side of DFM.
GenG decided to change up the pace.
And pull some back, but Meteor getting
he is on top of this one.
And now Lakia, will he?
Damn, bro.
Yes, he will.
Okay, respect.
A couple of headshots in a row, gonna get them ahead in this 7th round.
Absolutely gorgeous there from Medusa. They're able to drift back over here into the vent before.
I was worried that there's gonna be a few aim diffs. Especially you kind of saw them in the last round, but that was impressive. Takes down both, pretty much wins his team the round. Call is to group up over towards A, and in the 3v5, they realize they got to go aggro.
Looking to occupy the same exact position, checks the cam. Doesn't see any forward lurkers there. That's going to be the neural theft now.
Yeah, and they know that Cypher's on his own. He can cage to get out of there, though. A perfect play. Realize that A site's clear, can plant for Heaven, take Heaven control. Really nice round. Issue is they got so much money that Gen.G are gonna go for this.
Charon is trying to get in here by himself at first, but now he's got some back.
Oh, that's cool. They pick up their smoke and they deep smoke in, block vision so they can get Heaven control.
They could make the call to save. They do have plenty of cash and the crucial ultimates for DFM. One of them is already online, the other's very far away with May and Anthem. So it looks like they are going to poke and prod forward, see if they can find anything here. But flash into Munchkin's face, smoke set up on screens. Makes this pretty much unassailable, especially given the time remaining.
Maybe trying to get the pick off, but May, yeah, he is going to be taken down. Munchkin trying to make things interesting, but Sass gonna get that exit kill. Texture looking for one himself. Is gonna see the foot of Sess.
Not too bad
That
at
is
all,
just
man. It's
about
really good
all
for
he's
their
going to be able
recon.
to get. So DFM
Got
back
double
on the
armor
board.
rebuy.
Well, nicely done.
4
Didn't
people
take that
surviving.
timeout to really course correct.
Both teams have so much money.
Excellently done here from the DFM side. Themselves back into the driver's seat a bit, but still neck and neck here. Gen.G now. Looks like Texture's going to be going for the operator. Meteor is going to be sticking with a Vandal. It's still going to be a while before DFM can break down this cache, but stringing together as many rounds as they possibly can on the attacker side, that's widely what they're concerned with. People, if they're saving guns for Gen.G, they don't really care, DFM, as long as they're just getting the round wins.
Let's see about this. They have a pretty big stack moving into Garage. May, as always, trying to lead the charge, and a little
What are these mollies?
Texture's not going to take that shot. Does he need a bit of damage?
Find
Now
out.
they're on the
Oh, you
site
gotta
very
check back
quickly.
site, guy.
Texture gonna line this close one up.
He set the paint shells, but still just went
Molly's
jumping
pretty
in,
nice,
kinda
though. Molly for
disrespecting
default.
back sight. Very puzzling there to see from May. Maybe just didn't quite see that operator at the back of the site when he did that jiggle peek. Texture didn't fire the gun, so they didn't have any kind of audio notice of it.
Yeah, and it's another round where the duel just goes down, so everyone can just take some
Key
duels.
piece of information. So goes jumping forward on the hunt for Lakia and does get punished for it. Texture now shifting around.
Good. Texture is going to line up another one. Medusa trying to push
There.
into heaven. And now that is only 3 guys on the side of DFM that are left available.
And
just kinda
we
moving
did
out.
say
Still
that
a bit
they
of
had
time.
good money because of the round
See maybe
before,
if they wanna
but
group up and look towards B, but with
does fully
Neff already
reset the
pushing
econ.
into Rams, could
they
consider
get
A,
one
but
buy,
for now,
and then
just
if they lose that, they have
waiting
to
on it.
eco.
Yeah, it's just going to be the
30
same call
seconds
here.
left.
This is the
30
right
seconds
call
remaining,
for
just
sure.
wants to get himself out of a
Like this
dangerous
money's
position.
so out of
Not gonna
control.
be concerned about trying to hunt for kills. and
Saving
get
on
the
this
next
one
general
is
online.
definitely right.
Just needs to back away as the other 2 players are just going to be sat there in mid-vent. Not wanting to lose out on these weapons.
What I
'cause the
said
cash,
then
while they
probably
should
doesn't
be able
come
to get
true, 'cause
at least
they'll get a
half armor buy
1,000,
in the
they'll
next
keep
round.
their guns.
It's still a little bit wonky. So we'll just make the decision to go ahead, sit back.
Gen.G's
hold
pretty
on to
much
these
already
weapons.
buying.
That's gonna allow for
Unless
Gen.G to
DFM
tie things up
won
once
like
more,
3
4-4.
rounds in a row, they were already going to be buying. And at that point,
Fire
it's
clear,
just
but no one nearby, so
done
kills
anyway.
aren't going to be found.
Yeah, not this time. Neff was able to get a kill a couple of rounds ago in a very similar spot over there, but not going to be waiting for them this time. And yeah, kind of a quiet round.
I'm tired,
Texture
I
a
just
couple
woke up.
of,
That's the only reason, man.
operator
I'll be
kills,
fine in
and
like an
then
hour.
just kind of took the wind out of their sails, and DFM just decided to back away.
Oh, well, got 2 half armors here, still for the side of DFM. That operator having to be a
It's a really
major
interesting
concern
way that they're playing, like
for them
the
as they go into this one.
Viper.
Quick clear out
The
on
Viper
that
Cypher.
camera. That's able to
Uh-oh.
spot 2, I believe, but
Yeah.
tries to
Break
push
the
forward.
camera,
Texture
realize when he's playing over
gets in
towards
front
A,
of
he's
the wall, is able
solo.
to take him
It's
down.
in front of the wall, and
Yeah,
this
he
is
was
something
very
that you can
aggressive,
do
and
with
now
this
they're
wall. You
trying to
have
push on
more
in, but
space
excellent
here.
line comes out.
Right, you got way
Second
more
gonna
space
give
here
them
against
some
this
time, but
DRX
now,
wall.
making their way onto the B site. Anthem leading the charge, and that's going to be a quick cleanup from Munchkin, who is
3 people on
currently
site.
just waiting for the rest of the push to come through, waiting in the smoke
That's
as
unlucky.
well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, a little bit not clean on
Oh
that
my
one.
god,
And
could you
now
imagine if they
DFM are on
lose
the site.
this?
They pick up 3 kills. They give themselves a chance in this one. Texture, the both of them in heaven,
Oh
moving
my
quickly,
god.
but
Oh,
May gonna
May.
pick up a 3rd.
Enemy
As
remaining.
fast onto the site here is Texture, with that shorty gonna move in.
The spike hasn't been planted.
Hit.
The spike has not been planted. Texture could just back away, but there's a
Holy,
hit
they
from
was so
Medusa.
smart
Oh,
as well.
so
Knows he goes
genius.
into it. Yeah, low
He knows
HP
that
because
he's
he's
in-
just
he knows-
tanking
he
it.
knows that he's
My
the
god, what a
main.
round.
And he gets
Holy
the read that
hell,
he's
the
gonna
miss
try
over
to
towards
escape
heaven kind
rather
of
than
cost them.
hunt. Plays
The
back
guy that he misses the
into his
inter
alley,
skills.
waiting to hear the
Inter
spike
skill
plant
3.
to be aggressive.
1.
Medusa does not give him the opportunity. What a great readjustment here
Dude,
from
because
Meg.
everyone
His
bought
attention
him.
pulled
And then,
over
yeah, this
towards
drop of the
stairs,
ult. 1
but
HP, this
immediately
guy.
just drops down, backs away from that fight, and immediately wins out another one. That was so gorgeously done by May, and Medusa makes the call to just go ahead, drops the pit, and he catches him with his pants down. Easy kill coming through, and DFM back in the lead.
Yep, absolutely playing this one very
Yeah,
close.
change of
and
pace again, just fast heaven
feels
control.
Perhaps a bit better for DFM. They're gonna force Texture to rebuy on that operator, and now they're gonna come in here once again pretty fast. Trailblazer leading the way alongside of May. As in the back there, he is gonna get that entry and kill it.
Oh yeah, I thought he might have popped that a little bit too early. Big Jewel. Nicely done, man. They're on the attack side. It's gonna be 6-4.
Meteor just doing a circus act, just throwing knives at him, landing on the board behind him, not getting the connection he was looking for. Potential for a follow-up career after esports, I suppose, but not what you want to be seeing here. It was a nice shutdown on the showstopper from Texture, but nobody in position to deal with the rest of DFM as they just
found my team. Digest K-Corp. Yeah, I love watching them, man.
Still holds on to an operator and Charon, the only players left, and ultimately the call is likely going to have to be that they back away and save these weapons.
They have a lot of good decisions.
Cash aside, they could go ahead, they can afford another op if they try to play in for this, but the odds are just so heavily stacked against them. They have no idea about the defensive
setup. They work so crazy hard on this. That's a mad thing, you can tell. Because even when I watched them in kickoff, right? You watch them in kickoff, and I said they have cool ideas, right? And someone in the team has a very good understanding of the game. And that understanding of the game seems to have just leaked into all of the maps I've seen so far.
And slowly but surely they're chipping away.
Because their macro is just so good.
Is going to come out. You were wondering about the timing of the first timeout, and finally Gen.G pulled the trigger on this one. Not a bad idea, I think, especially because it does feel like DFM are kind of running away with their attacker side, and Gen.G are going to have to refocus here.
Yeah, good time to go ahead and call this one, Gen.G. 2 more rounds to be played out in this half.
Dude, I think this has a great understanding. I have no idea.
Give themselves as much of an advantage as they get ready to go onto that attacker side. I mean, this map has been a little bit strange at times where, you know, we started off with
I'm leaning towards some of the coaches,
so but defenders favored. These days, sometimes we do see the attacking side coming out on top. That also means that DFM could very well have themselves poised.
You reckon Estelle?
Very strong opener
might
here.
be.
They can just run back these final 2 rounds, get themselves an 8-4 scoring line. They're going to be sitting pretty if they can get that done.
Yeah, this is a pretty critical round. Getting 8 rounds on the attacker side would be huge, especially with the double duelist setup from the side of Gen.G moving on to attackers. Might
There's
be able
a
to
lot
string
of
a bunch
rounds
together, so DFM trying to really solidify their lead
here. A lot of rounds. They are going up against a double duelist, but they also have the best comp for double duelists. So
if they can make a splash here and try
Texture
to
still has his op. If he gets a kill, he gets ult, and they are going to Omen Flash double satchel fast. So they're expecting the op to be here. Everyone's relatively far back. Okay, no, it was if they decide to take, right? What is this? Just Sky Flash into Omen Flash? Double satchel?
How many of those rounds were, you know, going into an eco attempt and then a buy rather than
I wonder if
a buy?
Neff gets a good bit of info from
don't
that.
Tell the whole story. Oftentimes, they do not. Texture pushing out here.
Okay, well, he does now.
Excellently
That's twice now that he's gone down over towards here, and it's been the same thing each time. Shoot my camera, there's an op here. I thought he was going to maybe learn from the round before, but maybe just wasn't expecting so many, maybe just wasn't expecting this
finally going to be able to get an angle, and he is rewarded for his patience as well as his aggression. So solid pick off there at the start. Cypher now taken down. Showstopper online for Texture. For now, it's just Anthem here in Garage by himself. Does have that spike in hand. Things opened up a bit. Around the corner is Munchkin there on Raptors.
Rashab, thank you so much for doing that, by the way. Rashab. Oh, I'm very late to seeing that, man, but I appreciate you. Thank you for the member. Thank you for the member. Like, how do I even call this, man, on YouTube? Thank you for becoming a member.
They give themselves a chance here to get this plant down on the B site. Was
Doesn't
a good
flow
start
as well.
for the side of Gen.G. Couple pickoffs in heaven, but not anymore. As now the showstopper coming on in. Texture trying to clear out the site, and there's just no hope for Anthem.
This is not a good plant, so this is a done round.
The spike right now, not in a great position for Medusa to try to get covering fire on that one to try to take him off this. Just has to concede it. Didn't have any snake bites either. Will look for the kill in the end, but Lakia just continues to swing out.
Yeah, but it was a hard round to win after this. They did very well to actually get this one into a 2-on-2 for sure.
To a win, that percentage going up, but can they get the last round of the half?
It's looking pretty
Rashad, man, thank you.
Some ults available potentially as
thank you for the membership. Yeah, that pretty works well.
Texture getting that really nice pick, and then DFM respond with a fast push on
log membership,
which eventually gets cleaned up mostly by Texture.
I'm curious if it was a conscious call to just send Texture down to the site to hunt for Anthem rather than, you know, get the showstopper across onto Medusa. Either way, ends up working out very nicely for Gen.G as Texture again looking to go on an aggro angle.
Oh.
Being held here by Mabe.
Yeah,
he's
everywhere. And they were expecting this up over towards B last round, but this time,
does not whiff those.
I mean, that time it was A, and this time it is B.
He just consistently.
And it's another round where the raise goes down, and it's like, well, now everyone's going to make a play somewhere. They try force for this, and yeah, they were not expecting the double. They're like, well, the op's over towards B. I'm sure I can walk in towards A. A lot of money. We got an op and a double gun, a backup gun somewhere, I imagine.
Timing there on the drift across from Munchkin, gets himself over in towards Mail right as the poison orb drops. So just zero information about this Viper's positioning. Seekers do get cleared. Gen.G just widely confirming that they're going to be in this mid to B side of the map. Just now going to be spotted. Swing it, Lakia, trying to see if he can get a catch.
2v5.
Anthem is watching for it.
Like down towards B.
Trying to get in this round, but Medusa now gone.
Oh.
Zest trying to move on in through the
Honestly,
pit. That's not going to work out. Immediately gets shot down by Texture.
I like that idea.
Finally, Texture, he is capable of missing. As I have finally found out. Anthem here, 1v3.
Oh.
Not in a great spot. Munchkin a quick
a nice try, though.
And Gen.G are able
Pistol
to
in 6 rounds. That's not bad at all. Double duelist Gen.G should be feeling pretty confident, but DFM will also be feeling confident because they got the Cypher. So
hot start for him. Unfortunately, weren't able to really continue that momentum once it had kind of been taken away from them very slightly. Gen.G with that 3-round run back was looking very solid, but also not a poor position to be in. DFM, they were able to win that opening pistol, and if they can go onto the defender side, pick that up
the
as
slow
well,
club.
once
Yeah, honestly,
again,
we should do that.
and they could just be able to run away with this. So,
yeah.
Rashad, welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
Kind of roll with Gen.G, and it has been a close map so far.
I think you're 1 of 3 in the YouTube club at the moment.
The next half
pretty
is
solid.
going to go.
DFM winning.
Here in the audience.
DFM over Zeta, from what I've seen, yeah.
Teams, mind you, because we saw
player.
Yes, it is.
I don't know when these two teams play, but that's what I'll be picking from what I've seen.
The faithful finally being rewarded, to quote a certain esports call out. Well, certainly have representation out there in the audience here today. Finally,
read the message under you, but not you.
Have something to really
what
cheer
did you
for.
Post? Wait, I can't even see it when I scroll up, bro.
Over here into the second half.
Invisible to me somehow.
Okay, he's gonna
transfer DFM to Shanghai Champs.
We still have 27 seconds for him to make up his mind.
Problem is the region's stacked. They're making playoffs from what I'm watching.
The Ghost and some utility.
3 for Shanghai. Dude, I have pretty good hopes for them for champs. Not gonna lie. I think Shanghai they might just narrowly miss out. We'll see. It's really good what we're seeing. They might come 4th for Shanghai and then get the 4th spot for champs or 3rd spot. That's pretty much where I'm at the moment. We'll see.
Want to attack first. It does look like a little bit of pressure here into Garage. Maybe trying to isolate and take out Neth early on.
Cam set up, not going to be able to spot anybody, but here's that orb being taken. It's on the creep up. Does he send it? Looks okay. Okay, Texture does.
Really? Yeah, they're looking really good, man.
Heard enough to get the spot.
Like a fun game will be like a DFM, like DRX or something. That'll be a really fun game.
Doesn't tell them necessarily too much here for DFM. Gen.G not running a Sentinel. Somebody is going to be playing that lurk. Somebody's going to be anchoring that A lobby position.
Again, I still worry that the team gets slightly aim diffed sometimes. But like the whole... all of like the brain, when it comes to just like the brain play and just map control and just util, very confident in them.
But because Lakia is now in this position, they say, okay, the Omen was here, now the Sky's there. The rest of the team is likely going to be coming through off the back of this Trailblazer. So
Ball goes in, stack over towards A.
No push coming in.
Oh, sorry, pivot over towards A is happening, and I love this from the Viper, fast behind. There's a camera over towards B that still hasn't seen anything early info. Still rotate over because this trip is here. And yeah, it's them going over towards A early. Can this guy get anything? I have no map control though, so if they fast take ramp, that's pretty strong, but they kind of want to wait for the Viper, so it's a little bit weird.
Already though for the side of Gen.G. And Texture just waiting here at the front. It does look like most of DFM is going to try to
and
move
they lose map control and they try and gain some map control. So there's going to be a very important duel between the and the Raze at one point.
Open things up on this push
strong crossfire. They need to take spawn.
looks like he's just going to try to
they
challenge
smoke
in
off
towards
spawn.
screens. Munchkin, however, able to find Anthem as his attention is tied here on towards Texture, who swings the corner.
Yeah, this is very nicely done from GenG. And they went for a bit of a gamble stack.
Yeah,
and honestly,
they all grouped up for three
camera,
people of GenG that were looking.
I mean, the call is just really nice from GenG.
So
we like this though, 1-1 in terms of
entry
pistols.
Kills was DFM. It's another flawless here already on this map. This time for GenG, and I mean they were just so ready for this one.
What a replay. Now, this is where the kills come in. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen, you know, maybe May approach out from heaven. He was in that position, try to get that nade banked so that his team doesn't have to clear that left corner.
So GenG doing their version of the DRX wall, which goes over towards site, makes it a lot harder to actually face site. The thing that this wall lacks is over towards heaven. You can kind of get a little bit close and you can punish them here.
That orb is decent damage in response. Seth's going to be taken down to 65 HP.
And again, it still allows the same square of just punishing and be able to get around the corner.
Anyway, GenG moving in towards mid, but as we did see right from the get-go, right from the first round, they are definitely a team that's not scared to go for late rotations and kind of mess with the defenders' minds, which certainly worked.
Skydog is going to clear a lot of B.
Let's see where they actually do commit to before, you know, just to make sure, because they can be pretty tricky with their rotations.
In terms of GenG, triple rifle, they're allowed 2 deaths.
I think that might have been accidental, and now as he swings back to, yeah, it was a fat finger.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely didn't work out well.
Exactly where his positioning was.
Uh-oh, that's a gun. Just the timing on this 1v1. Lovely kill.
Able to go ahead and deal with that.
Yeah, that's a really big kill, because otherwise this guy gets the gun, can hold this map control.
And realistically here for DFM, the call might just be to try to die to Spike. Looks like May with this approach, though, might play.
Keep an eye on Texture, 3 away from his ult.
But with just a classic, it's going to prove to be a bit difficult.
Yeah, not too expected here. And GenG have a very nice setup here on the B site. 4v3 with the gun advantage.
At one point,
just waiting on this
we
one,
might see the swap of guns.
Karan still waiting for this one. Let's see if May has
There's
any
the swap
luck
of
here
guns.
when they do exit
And
out.
Raze is allowed to hunt.
She is waiting for it and immediately gets taken down. As very well read there by Karan.
An excellent read. Texture able to
Yeah,
find
lovely. One away from his ult
that
now.
was just a ghost in hand. So we'll just be able to go ahead, dive into the spike. And that is going to be GenG now. 2 rounds in a row here in this second half. Stretching a lead for themselves for, I believe, the first time.
Yeah, it's 4 rounds in a row. Towards the side of GenG, 2 at the end of the half, and then 2 at the beginning here. Starts off with a crisp shot from Meteor, and then Karan just on the back side of that one. And getting a couple of good reads himself in that round. And now this is going to be the first opportunity for DFM to really make a splash here. I think if they...
Yeah, 1 away from Raze ult, so maybe they want to go aggro, maybe they're fine just doing it for the big buy rounds.
But as we can see in the stats, it's mainly
Dog straight up to site, double duelist, might just send it site here. Here come the mollies, this guy might want a nade.
You don't have to do too much. I mean,
Doesn't nade.
I mean, we're crying out loud. Flipshider just went 0 kills yesterday in a victory
they still
on
have the
Icebox
nades, let's
versus
see.
Bleed, so if you have players that are popping the hell off, just send util and
I'd
make
retake.
good calls.
So GenG, they get a very clean entry
means
here on
Raze
the
ult.
site. They don't take any damage at all.
Omen flashes everything. Omen
Flash
flash hits 2, and they don't want to flood in because there's an ult. Oh boy. Looking like GenG might win the bonus here. They're in a great spot. And no one able to pressure over towards Ram. And time is going to be pretty low on this.
Out of the way, but time is ticking.
Yeah.
Limited util to try to utilize to get themselves back in a position. Munchkin playing around with a tiny little gap in the wall. They're not going to swing in towards him, but in the meantime, Meteor able to find one before he gets taken down.
Now you do see the push coming in, and Munchkin's still here on this angle.
Oh.
Not able to land it. Anthem is able to take it down. The entry comes in.
Damn.
DFM.
All right. Not too bad. I wasn't expecting them to win this duel. That's for sure.
Yeah, actually, this goes so much better
in terms of GenG, they did enough damage, right? Double
Realistically,
guns,
from the side of GenG as
swing
well,
round.
just good shots from DFM. Able to go ahead and flush them out. They lose
Cage?
2
Yeah,
players,
the cage
but
was really cool.
the bonus, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. Like
So I mean,
a little bit more,
if I'm
usually it's like, okay, 2 weapons
if I'm
lost,
any team,
that's the
I'm
opening
any
spot.
team in
3 weapons lost,
BCT,
that's when we're getting into catastrophic
this
territory.
team is on my radar
overall,
at the
not
very
too bad here
least,
for
just
DFM.
because they have smart stuff. Like you could copy a lot of their macro stuff.
Looking for some actually ratty plays
And
around
just like
mid.
their pre-planned stuff
Maybe
for
even
sure.
just outside of garage here on the B side itself. Yeah, it looks like he's going to take a forward position, perhaps.
See what he wants to get going as quickly.
GenG comes in close here as well, and this kind of works when they've been doing the smoke,
very good on their reads
smoke
and their
out.
expectations for DFM so far. But do they get any inkling that there could be a judge here? Given the weapons lost and the economy where it's at,
Yeah, they were ready to hit this.
But either way, it looks like they're not going to confirm or deny it. Is they just go ahead and back away for now.
They buy the judge because they
Probably,
wanted to try and counter the
lucky for Gen.G that they don't push
attack
into
smoke that was
one,
going here, but
as certainly that
GenG wanted to hit site. That's why they did their attack smoke over towards heaven.
Of Medusa,
This smoke kind of saved them for a little bit.
Still just waiting over there. It does look like Gen.G are considering
And this
going
judge
back
could get
in
so
through the
much.
garage. And DFM still very much split up at this point. Looks like Locky wants to get a bit of information, see what he can see.
And does he get another
with the
smoke?
Trailblazer. And for now, Medusa rather is still waiting
Yeah,
here.
and they want none of
Gen.G
this.
are going to respect all of that smoke and just say, no, we're not going to push that.
This is a lot of time bought. Another smoke coming out here from Sessa. It does not have that online.
Do,
Still has a paranoia for
do
a
they have a
retake, but
cage here?
A full 5-man
I don't see one. Actually, maybe this is one. Bro, I wish I could see cages better on the minimap.
The ones waiting here to try to intercept that smoke coming down onto heaven, though, should
Does look like they have one here. Yeah, they do.
They need to know, especially given that there's
Yeah,
just
this
no
is normally a
time
strong
remaining.
setup.
Paranoia
Let's see.
cross connects in
Whoa,
onto
whoa,
Meteor
that's
in
not the
behind
play.
one. Munchkin gets the other. Spike can now be
Oh
played.
no, that was not the play.
Yeah, they're just overwhelming them, looking straight
Go into the cage.
blind, and the two of them just got absolutely cleared out.
And I see them from GenG. They kind of realized that
DFM
something was going up
3v5.
over towards
And we're gonna actually look
B
for a
as well.
Meteor Anthem, and
Like they
immediately
were
he's
just
gonna be taken out
continuously
by Meteor,
smoking
and
this.
now they're absolutely just gonna look to save this one. So Gen.G, yes, the one round did go the way of DFM, but still feels like they're very much in control at the moment.
Yep, right back into it. And just given
Yeah.
the position of these deaths, there's
He just
no
like
way for
tunnel
Medusa
visioned,
to
right?
swap out
So
the
they
judge,
heard the raise
get himself a
double
rifle, at least
satcheling
have
in,
that
so they
as
knew
a
the
bit of
raise
a
was like
consolation,
over
a bit of a
here, or at
silver
least going
lining.
over towards site.
Just
He
can't
tried
get
to
in
wrap
position to recover any
around,
of those weapons.
but then it's like,
So
well, there's
overall,
probably
we'll
3
still be
people
carrying that one
following
forward.
him up.
Granted, as a
that are
Viper,
all gonna
you're not
shoot you in the
mind
side.
too much. The judge
I think you
does
just got to
lend
try and
itself
hope that
to
you
a
time
Viper
him in the
play
cage,
style.
though.
So it's not
This is
the
a great
worst
omen
case
flash,
scenario,
though.
but being able to at least have that rifle and pass it over to somebody else on your team, even if you're going to rebuy a judge, that would be a lot better of a situation here for DFM. You see the clock stopped. Something tells me that DFM likely calling a timeout.
Yeah. Feels pretty likely, as we're going to take a look at the replay here. At first, as the blind comes in, Meteor goes over the top, and they just
Yeah, you had to go close
chance. I mean,
cage.
it was just such a clean entry.
But I think they were dead either way. Oh my goodness, what the?
Oh my god, we just did him so dirty with that.
Yeah, what the?
Oh my. Dude, Meteor's comms are so clean.
What can you even say? I don't know.
That is
This replay
that
guy,
is one of
man.
the funniest things that we've had happen on Friday.
Yeah, that's mental, isn't it?
Well, this timeout going to be pretty important for the side of DFM. It is their first one, so they do have the potential a little bit later on if things get a little bit dicey or if they begin to catch up and it gets close to kind of slow things down and revisit their strategy. But I do like this moment as it was 5 out of the last 6 rounds that did go the way
So,
of Gen.G. So I
2
think just
full
trying to
loss
get some
bonus on
momentum
top
back
of all
would
of
be
this.
very
They will
beneficial
be an
here for
eco
the side of
if they
DFM.
lose this round. And at that point, it's like
This
11-7.
is a solid timing.
It's not
You don't
looking
want
great.
Gen.G
So this
to
is
get
a big
themselves
round
up
for
double digits here.
DFM. Still have the judge.
Trying to
This time over
lessen that gap
towards
a
middle
bit
and
more.
vents.
See what the setup's going to be. For now, everybody very
Oh,
fanned
might
out.
be good for the judge.
Gen.G very rapid.
Yeah,
Look, that takes
does
some
send
space.
it
Medusa
through.
finally
Gets
able to put that
traded, but a
judge to
1-for-1
use.
with this
Spike
gun,
one,
not
but it's
too
looking
bad. The
traded
issue
out.
is Viper down and they have another duelist.
At least he does get that
Massive
one,
duel.
and now Cess
Uh-oh,
will be very
get out of there, my
important
friend.
here on the side, but the double
Yeah,
peek
as soon as
comes
the
out from
first
the
duel
side
is
of
missed, has to
Gen.G.
get out of there, in my
And they're
opinion.
already onto the B side. They clear out through the garage and up through heaven. So Just going to be pretty clean to get on in here. 3v4.
Off the plant, smoke over towards heaven. That's nice.
I mean, at this point, you kind of have to. Money's going to be in a poor spot no matter what. Saving.
Not sure they need to take map control.
Again, just doesn't feel good. As there's the push in. And
they went out either way.
Just on the corner. Anthem not ready for it. Now with that kill, I think you have to make the call to just save. We'll back away, but they have to be wary about Texture potentially pushing out.
Yeah, and they're very wrecked in terms of money.
Cautious, but ultimately they will be able to drift away. If Anthem gets Texture in that position, then it's just the go button. You know, press here for DFM. All in on the retake attempt. But
what do you reckon? They buy and this guy takes a hit at 3-1?
Yeah, pretty rough. GenG came out so quickly here after the timeout, and you have to imagine that DFM, they had a strategy, they had something in mind, but now it just kind of gets blown up in your face very quickly and quite literally with the spike. And yeah, GenG now double digits, 10-7, feeling pretty strong at this moment in time. They have so much money, and DFM, not sure what they're going to do. So far, their defensive side has not looked too clean compared to the attack, at least.
Yeah, it's not been great. I mean, Lockheed just guesstimating that position. I mean, the judge going forward, being able to get just that one trade out, I think is completely okay. Medusa maybe not anticipating that there was going to be so many other people flooding up in towards mid. But Sessa just, you know, way too wide angle, challenging into garage, gets double swung on, and ends up getting picked off.
Yeah, they managed to buy into this one. Person taking the hit despite the judge again. Makes a lot of sense in this.
That pit, just about halfway, 4 more charges still to go. Neth, 2 off that neural theft.
Favorite map to watch, Haven.
Also only halfway there. Nothing with the Seekers would be a nice one to have, but it's not the ones that are going to give them the most control. You'd love to have that pit so you don't have to worry about this mid position as much, because GenG have been putting a lot of attention here.
Nice Skydog.
Pretty rough for them as, well, to control mid at least, and do have the Trailblazer taken down here. Bit of information that there could be some pressure through the garage, and in fact there is. Meteor's just right peeking here, coming on in pretty quickly. Has the backup of his
people here, yeah, gonna have to let them have the site and retake. Man, some of this Viper util is really nice. Late molly to heaven in case they flood out. Anthem needs to just tuck in.
Those are cleaned up, and now a third member from the side of DFM trying to push out of there. Maybe unexpected, but GenG at least able to get onto the site so far.
Moonbot not spotting Meteor, so just leaves it be. Paint Shells to try to check back box here, but no one to receive that damage. Heals out from Lockheed, just getting Meteor back up to 100. 3v4
yeah, the Viper util from GenG is lovely.
Just a snake bite. The only tool that they have at the moment here to really try to clear out any angles.
I wonder if other teams will start stealing their AWOL. I think teams need to exploit a lot of it. I think if I'm looking at DFM right now, and we think about the main big buy rounds, this one included, like little micro decisions that are like costing them rounds. Like the one that you pivot rounds here, right, that you were dead no matter what. Over towards B, and from there has to stay tucked in, and obviously just swings out, hoping that his teammate will be able to trade him. Little things like this that need to be. I mean, they're just the ones that cost them at the moment in terms of the round. Also, GenG's Viper util looks so hard to play against right now that not even mad at it.
May had a huge start in this game. I think at one point he had like 9 kills, very few deaths. He's only at 11 at the moment. So GenG have really been able to just effectively nullify him as the spot out on Neth as he tries to escape.
I think if I was playing against this wall, I would be more tempted to use like the wall that goes across here on defense, and then punish this area more. You can play here, you can play close ramp.
Pretty far forward, and he's going to take down
I would at least do it once.
Anthem back turned, and in comes Meteor.
Damn, bro. Alright, 5 chances.
As 12-7, this one is
also, if I'm another team, like I'm another team that wants to like improve for next year, I'm finding out who this guy in DFM is and I'm offering him a bag.
Yeah,
because it's one of the coaches.
And that's kind of what I was
pretty sure
talking about with this map. Sometimes we do see that dominance from the defender side come out, but when teams just have a really solid game plan, they're hitting all their shots.
Estelle, yeah, a lot of you are saying Estelle.
Unstoppable, especially when you're running this double duelist setup.
So,
it's all out aggression.
sounds
here
like it's
against
him.
DFM, and they're crumbling under the pressure. May now going to be picking up his operating.
He was a
position on the
player,
corners.
right? He's a Cypher player.
Stopper as well. Getting into the back here, they have no idea. Karan gets in, only picks up the one as May. A very quick snipe at close range.
Shot.
Munchkin's going to win the 1v1 here in mid to give them a chance, but finally DFM kind of getting some foundation underneath them at this point. Net as well. Want to pick this one up and even use his ult to spot exactly where Locky is approaching from.
Well, nothing ambiguous about this one. Locky is saying, well, doesn't really matter where I go.
Nice round, we'll count this one down.
Perhaps, but May
4
is
chances.
there and ready with the op shot. It does take him out, and overall, a much better round.
Feels like they're getting aim diffed as well. Yeah, that's in there slightly as well.
That aggression here into B,
Only on some rounds, but it is way heavier over towards Gen.G side.
Able to finally take note. It seemed like
All it is right now is a few micro decisions, a couple of aim drills.
But eventually got that scope in for the kill. So very big
Issue is that stuff is hard to fix.
Realizing that he hadn't been
That's the issue. They got the main stuff down. It is like easier to
Picks up
fix.
the operator, you know, backs against the wall here. They don't have
Little
a
stuff
chance
like that is hard
to
to
lose
fix.
any more rounds, obviously. So
Especially when you get
trying
an
to
aim
make a big
diff.
impact.
That one's
he
kind of
definitely
impossible
does,
to
so
fix.
kind of gives them a breath of fresh air.
Okay, and everyone's having this Viper ult at the moment. Viper ult over towards middle with the trip here. Dude, this Viper ult we saw yesterday was so sick, man. You go here and you look into this wall. It's incredible. The spread on it's unreal. This guy backside has to get so many. Yeah, and his flash was great. The nice flash. Can this guy from heaven kill anyone?
We're going to try to end this one here and now. We'll see if they can do that. They got the pit down. Meteor now trying to swing out the right side. He's not going to hit that shot, but Net as well, making it interesting. A 1v1, but it is going to be Locky to take it down. Gen.G
still not
will win the first map
too
split
bad.
13-8.
Gen.G just looking really good on a lot of these.
Well, the previous round, very